What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap, where we make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Today, I wanted to go over one of my favorite plant medicines, which is cayenne pepper tincture. I've been dealing a lot with my sinuses lately, and so it pushed me up into medicine woman mode. Sometimes through my integrations, I'll drift away from my natural medicines and then come back to them. But today I wanted to share with you the powerful benefits of a cayenne pepper tincture. This is one of the most powerful medicines in the herbal family. Now, you can look through books about herbal medicine and you'll see one page of information on each herb. But when you get to cayenne pepper, you'll see 10 pages of information about how powerful this medicine is. Now, there's several ways to make this medicine. Now, I don't recommend that if you have drinking, issues that you're trying to stay away from, that you make it with the one way to make this medicine, which is with 80 to 100 proof vodka, right? And I'm going to show you, or I'm going to share with you how you can reduce the alcohol content in that. So we do have, and it doesn't have to be expensive vodka. It can be the cheapest vodka. It just needs to be 80 to 100 proof. So I do have that here. I do have other natural ways that you can make this tincture. You can infuse honey with this tincture. So you get your local honey and then infuse it with the cayenne pepper, which I have here, right? And so this is also good for if you get your local honey and you infuse it with cayenne pepper. It has the benefits of cayenne pepper, and then it also has the benefits of allergy prevention, because this is the local honey, and so your body gets used to the local allergens in your community, right? And so it makes for a great allergy medicine to include all of the benefits of cayenne pepper that I'm going to share with you today. You can also make it with apple cider vinegar, yeah? So there's several, you can also make it with the vegetable glycerin. So there's several ways you can make it. Now, although I'm not a fan of consuming alcohol, I do like my tinctures made with alcohol. And so one of the ways that you can reduce the alcohol, it naturally reduces, but if you boil it and then boil it, like put the tincture on a simmer and boil out some of the alcohol, right? You're alchemizing it. So you're getting the properties of it, but you're not getting, the alcohol itself, if that makes sense. And you take such little portions of this tincture and it goes such a long way that there's no way that it will affect you in any manner, right? So let's get started here. And so what you're going to do is you really want to do like I have some here that I already have prepared that I've had for a while. I love this medicine, so I always have it on hand. But to show you today, I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of cayenne pepper and then 1 to 2 cups of water, depending on how much this jar here can hold. So let's get started here. So, I'm sorry, not water. 1 to 2 cups of either the apple cider vinegar or the vodka. Like I said, today we're going to use the vodka, right? So it's 1/2 cup of cayenne pepper and then 1 to 2 cups of vodka. Okay, so let's get started here. And you got to be careful with this cayenne pepper. If it gets in your nose, oh boy, you're just going to have a pretty bad day. So we'll be careful. Now, with the cayenne pepper, the type of cayenne pepper you use, this one that I have here is a combination of cayenne pepper from my garden and then cayenne pepper that I purchased from the store. The strongest cayenne pepper you can get is called African bird seed. So if you can get your hands on African bird seed, then that's beautiful. Now, you can get these pound bags of cayenne pepper from international food stores, the African food stores, the Korean food stores, the Hispanic food stores. All of these cultures use a lot of cayenne pepper in their recipes. This one I got from the African food store, and it just says hot pepper here, but what it is African birdseed pepper, which is the hottest pepper that you can get. Okay, so we're going to put 1/2 cup of this. Into our jar, all right? Put a little more was just a little under a half a cup. So into our jar. And when it comes to your jars, when you're working with medicine, you want to use brown glass, brown or blue glass, right? Because what that does is it keeps the medicine. Because when you put it into a clear jar, the medicine leaks out of the jar. Excuse me. Oh gosh, allergies already bad. Lord, I don't want to get no pepper in my nose. And then we're going to take one cup of vodka, pour it into the jar, and then another cup of vodka, pour it into the jar. Now, if you're doing this with honey or you're doing this with apple cider vinegar, the measurements are the same, but the honey will depend on how much honey you have, right? Like with this one here, I put like when it was full, I put like a quarter of a cup of cayenne pepper in there, cayenne pepper tincture. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to take your cayenne pepper. You want to get some wax paper, right? Put that on top of your jar because these jars tend to stick. Like the medicine will get around the top of the jar and it will stick, and then you want to seal it. And once you seal it, you want to write the date on it. Today is what? August 23rd? Right? You write the date on it so that way you remember when you made it. If you're like me, you have several jars of stuff, and so you tend to forget. Now you let this sit. Now what you can do with this to reduce the alcohol content, you can put it in a crock pot and let it simmer all day long, or you can put it in a pot on top of the stove and you can bring it to a slight boil, but you want to keep an eye on it. Yeah, you want to keep an eye on it. And you just kind of boil it for 45 minutes and let the alcohol content reduce in that, right? So if you're doing that with apple cider vinegar or honey, of course you don't have to do that. That's an additional step, yeah? So like I said, you want it in the brown or the blue jars. Now once this has sat for 4 to 6 weeks, you put it somewhere where you can see it. So when you walk by it, you can give it a little shake, right? Give it a little shake so the medicine mixes up in there. Then once you are, once you have the medicine already prepared, now you can add it to your tincture bottles. Here I have a bit of an essential oil funnel, and so hopefully I don't mess this up. Oh, before I do that, what I wanted to do was show you how that once you make your medicine, you'll have cayenne pepper in the bottom, right? And so what you'll do with that is that you'll take your other jar, whichever jar you're putting your medicine in, and you'll put a piece of muslin cloth over the jar and pour the cayenne pepper into it, keeping the actual plant itself and getting the medicine into the jar, right? And that's how that'll be your final step in storing. Okay, and so once you have it stored, then you want to be able to put it inside of your essential oil bottles, right, for your daily doses. And so you have your little essential oil funnel here, and you're very carefully, you're pouring it into your essential oil bottle. You're pouring your final product into the essential oil bottle. Now, I don't have maybe a turkey baster or something. I just don't have that right now. And so I'm just kind of pouring it here. But if you have a turkey baster, you want to use that, yeah? To get your medicine inside your essential oil bottle. When you put it inside your essential oil bottle, I'm kind of spilling it. Don't want to do that. Now you can take it with you to go. Right? You have your cayenne pepper with you. You can take cayenne pepper several times a day. I like to take mine at sunrise, and I will show you how I do that here in a second. So once you have your essential oil bottle filled with your medicine, I needed to refill mine anyway, so just do it with you guys. You have your essential oil bottle filled with your medicine. That's good enough. I'm starting to make a mess here. Don't forget your wax paper, because these tops do get stuck once the medicine starts going through there. Or once the medicine gets around the top of the bottle, it'll start getting stuck, making it hard to open. So once you have your essential oil medicine into your medicine into your essential oil bottle, now you can take your droplet and you can use it in a glass. Now, some of the things that some people you only need like one droplet of this, right? Anytime you're taking it, you only need like one droplet of it. But I tend to do upwards six drops, but it's because I'm used to it, right? And so I'll put the drops inside of the glass. I don't recommend that you do 6 drops. 1 drop is good enough. You can kind of test it on how much you want to do, how much your body can take. And then I'll get orange juice. I will pour a little bit in there, making the medicine easier to go down. You don't want to drink it straight. And then I have it. I have it for a shot a day. Yeah? So what are some of the things that cayenne pepper, why is this such a powerful medicine? So it has been proven that cayenne pepper tincture can actually stop a heart attack in progress. If you can get to it, if you have it close by, you have somebody in your family who has cardiovascular disease of some sort, or they're at high risk for heart attack, you want to keep cayenne pepper tincture on hand. It's also good for preventing a stroke. So you want to know the signs and symptoms of a stroke within your household. You have your cayenne pepper on hand, and then if you can get that cayenne pepper to that patient in time, you can actually prevent a heart attack or a stroke. Now, you would think that cayenne pepper would be horrible for ulcers, right? Ulcers, which are like sores in the stomach. But cayenne pepper has actually been proven to cure ulcers. And it's also a medicine that stops the bleeding. So the reason it stops the bleeding is because capsaicin is like it helps stop bleeding, right? The medicine that's in cayenne pepper, the primary medicine is capsaicin, and so it helps stop bleeding. Cayenne pepper is also very good for pain relief. So if you have pain in your joints and things of that sort, cayenne pepper tincture is good. It's good for your sinuses because it clears up the sinuses. So if you have sinus issues like I've been having lately, my sinuses were messed up when I was in the military. For one, I was a drill sergeant for 3 years, and so that was pretty rough. And going into that gas chamber all the time, right? Working with a bunch of infantry boys, and they just enjoyed seeing me go through the gas chamber. So I was always one chosen to go through the gas chamber. But at the end of my military career, I came into contact with something that's referred to as black mold. So I've had sinus issues since then. So cayenne pepper will also help clear up the sinuses, which is one of the primary reasons that I use it. It also aids in weight loss. Yeah. And so there's many more healing properties of cayenne pepper. If you don't have any other herbal medicine in your house, please have cayenne pepper in your house. Yes. So go ahead and learn about it and figure out the way you want to make it. If you want to make it with the vodka, the honey, or the apple cider vinegar, the vegetable glycerin, either way it's fine, as long as you get the cayenne pepper tincture into your body, right? So I think that's all I have for you today here on Closing the Gap. I hope that you enjoyed this, me sharing with you on the benefits of cayenne pepper and how you can make your own cayenne pepper at home. And if there's any pepper that you're growing in your garden, it should be cayenne pepper, yeah? Here's to your health. Thank you for tuning in to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. If you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe drop a comment. Have you tried cayenne pepper? Are you interested in it? I'll leave a recipe in the description box for you, okay? And if you're really feeling my vibe, don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you know the next time that I upload. We'll see you next time here on Closing the Gap. Here's to your health.